None of us will ever again be as young as we are tonight. True, Dad. But it is also true for all of us that the young are in the old and the old are in the young. That some young people are wise beyond their years and some old people maintain the gifts of their youth. And so I hope that what I say about young people tonight will find its place really in all of us at whatever age we find ourselves. And I also hope that for us who are no longer chronologically young, that we take a second look at those who are indeed actually young. That we take a second look at them and appreciate them and what we all have from them. But tonight is for the young. Tonight is a celebration of youth. You tonight, who are still at the beginning and yet very much begun, because there is something in you worth the world noting, worth the church celebrating, worth you savoring. I'm a fan of anthems. I'm a fan of rowdy, boisterous, enthusiastic songs that celebrate with gusto something about us and something we are a part of. The refrain of a popular song just a couple years ago has stayed with me strongly, and I find myself singing it loudly, and I must say most often alone in my car, because I just love it. Listen up. Oh, yeah. You ought to see me gesturing like that while I'm driving. Then sing of your life. Then sing of your youth. This is something you can say. This is something you can sing now, but not for long. The world is waiting to hear what you see and how you understand it, and become a witness to your life, a witness to your life. Your youth is a gift to you and to all of us, and to all who will come after us. I thought of you when I read the reading from Samuel, the first reading tonight. Samuel is so young in this passage, in this story. He's a young man. And as a young man, he heard something the old men did not hear. And so it became something he had to do, to tell the old men and to tell the old women what only someone in their youth could hear and tell. And he persisted in the telling, even when they could not hear. And so did another Samuel of a later day, Martin Luther King Jr. It is no accident of nature that Martin Luther King was the age of our freshman when he first felt called. The age of our freshman when he first felt called and called to go into ministry. He described that call as this feeling of an inner urge he had, a feeling of an inner urge to serve humanity. And he saw the church as the best shot he had at fulfilling that inner urge to serve humanity. This later day young Samuel, Martin Luther King Jr., he's just 26 when he started the first protests and started to appear on the world scene. Another call within a call. Another inner urge to serve. And the story in today's gospel tells the story of other young adults who were called and whom we now call apostles, who also felt that inner urge to serve humanity. You, my young friends, you are our Samuels. As a young person, you bring some unique gifts to the church and to the world. Gifts unique. You are at the threshold of your life where everything is possible. Where everything is possible. Where even the most severe disabilities can be conquered. Not only can you run still without pain, you can dream without cynicism. Not only can you bring great enthusiasm to us, but it's not too late for you to try anything, to dare anything, and to risk everything. You want more from a moment of conversation than most people settle for. And so you go for it. You're crazy enough and wild enough to still ask the bigger questions, the good and honest and hard questions. Your dreams are huge. You really do believe still that you can make a difference. You demand meaning to what you do, something more than just duty. You won't be going through the motions because meaning matters to you. And you know how to have fun doing it. Your desires. Oh, your desires. You can almost feel your desire to be around you. You almost can cut the air with a knife, it's so rich. You feel with a passion. And the greatest desire of all is to make the world a better place than what you inherited. Because you are tolerant and less judgmental, you see beauty in other religious traditions and all the traditions of the world. You have a wild love for the world, really. You have a wild love for the world, and so you tinker and you travel and you explore. And you almost seem to be never touching the ground the whole time. It's like you're never touching the ground. Because you are still so unencumbered. You can get up and you can go. You can change your majors 4 times. Oh, you have your issues. Let me tell you, you have your issues. But you know what? You have time to work on those. Before your brain is fully developed, at about the age of 25 or 26, they say. And before you're too stuck in the ruts that confine too many lives. Yes, you bring some powerful gifts to us. Powerful gifts. But you can sin against your youth. You can sin against your youth by squandering those gifts. Being too cynical, too young, or being just too cool to be affected by things or by people or by issues in the world. Or by living an entitled life instead of a grateful life. Or being so certain that you don't ask for advice or even give your bosses the benefit of the doubt. You can sin against your youth by not taking responsibility for your weaknesses in love and working on them now while you still can. You can sin against your youth by not taking time for silence and for savoring. And by being too practical. Too practical in your learning, instead of making sure you're learning wisdom, and wisdom about love and about life and about your relationship with God. Too practical to pick up a book maybe about poetry or philosophy or theology or a novel or art. And you feel things. You feel things intensely. And one of those feelings you feel so intensely is fear. Fear of finding the right partner for life. Fear of finding a partner for life. Fear of succeeding. Of getting a good job. Fear of being judged. And I got to tell you, only fear can bring your whole life to a screeching halt. But if you live out loud your young life, you can burn. You can burn. You can set the world on fire, as the song sang it, because you are fire. Tonight, you are young. You can set the world on fire. You can burn brighter than the sun. You know, it's a remarkable thing to stand myself near the end now and look back. And I have to say that the older in our company tonight, they deserve anthems too. For we too bring remarkable gifts that can make your young life even more beautiful. But tonight is not about us who are older and on the back half of life. Tonight is about you. You who stand with most of your life still in front of you. Look in a mirror. Look at that young face that looks back at you. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of anything. And raise a glass and toast. Toast your life. And toast its infinite possibilities. Tonight, we toast you.